Oliver Twist, published in 1838, is one of Charles Dickens' best-known and well-loved works. When Oliver Twist was first published in 1838, it was not fashionable to write novels that showed life in all its miserable reality. But Dickens wanted to shock his readers. He wanted to show criminals as they really were, and to reveal all the horrors and violence that hid in the narrow, dirty back streets of London. So, he gives us an evil Fagin, the brutal Bill Sikes, and a crowd of thieves and robbers who lie and cheat and steal and live in fear of prison or the hangman's rope around their necks. Oliver Twist is the story of a young orphan, Oliver, and his attempts to stay good in a society that refuses to help. Oliver is born in a workhouse to a mother not known to anyone in the town. She dies right after giving birth to him, and he is sent to an orphanage, where he and the other orphans are treated terribly and fed very little. When he turns 9, he is sent to the workhouse, where again he and the others are treated badly and practically starved. The other boys, unable to stand their hunger any longer, decide to draw straws to choose who will have to go and ask for more food. Oliver loses. On the appointed day, after finishing his first serving of gruel, he goes up and asks for more. Mr. Bumble, the beadle, and the boar are outraged, and decide they must get rid of Oliver, apprenticing him to the undertaker, Mr. Sowerberry. It is not great there either, and after an attack on his mother's memory, Oliver runs away. Oliver walks towards London. When he is close, he is so weak he can barely continue, and he meets another boy named Jack Dawkins, or the Artful Dodger. The Dodger tells Oliver he can come with him to a place where a gentleman will give him a place to sleep and food for no rent. Oliver follows, and the Dodger takes him to an apartment in London where he meets Fagin, and Oliver is offered a place to stay. Oliver eventually learns that Fagin's boys are all pickpockets and thieves, but not until he is wrongfully accused of their crime of stealing an old gentleman's handkerchief. He is arrested, but the bookseller comes just in time to the court and says that he saw the guys running out, that Oliver did not do actually the crime. The gentleman whose handkerchief was taken, Mr. Brownlow, feels bad for Oliver and takes him in. Oliver is very happy with Mr. Brownlow, but Fagin and his co-conspirators are not happy to have lost Oliver, who may give away their hiding place. So, one day, when Mr. Brownlow entrusts Oliver to return some books to the bookseller for him, Nancy spots Oliver and kidnaps him, taking him back to Fagin. Oliver is forced to go on a house-breaking excursion with the intimidating Bill Sikes. At gunpoint, Oliver enters the house, with the plan to wake those within, but before he can, he is shot by one of the servants. Syke and his partner escape, leaving Oliver in a ditch. The next morning, Oliver makes it back to the house, where the kind owner, Mrs. Miley, and her beautiful niece Rose decide to protect him for the police and nurse him back to health. Oliver slowly recovers and is extremely happy and grateful to be such kind of generous people around, who in turn are ecstatic to find that Oliver is such a good-natured boy. When he is well enough, they take him to see Mr. Brownlow, but they find his house empty. He has moved to the West Indies. Meanwhile, Fagin and his mysterious partner monks have not given up on finding Oliver, and one day Oliver wakens from a nightmare to find them staring at him through the window. He raises the alarm, but they escape. Nancy, overhearing Fagin and Monks, decides she must go to Rose Maylie to tell her what she knows. She does so, telling Rose that Monks is Oliver's half-brother, who has been trying to destroy Oliver so that he can keep his whole inheritance, but that she will not betray Fagin or Sikes. Rose tells Mr. Brownlow, who tells Oliver's other caretakers, and they decide that they must meet Nancy again to find out how to find Monks. They meet her on London Bridge at a prearranged time, but Fagin has come suspicious and has sent his new boy, Noah Claypole, to spy on Nancy. Nancy tells Rose and Mr. Brownlow how to find Monks, but still refuses to betray Fagin and Sikes or to go with them. Noah reports everything to Fagin, who tells Sikes, knowing full well that Sikes will kill Nancy. He does. Mr. Brownlow has in the meantime found Monks, who finally admits everything that he has done and the true case of Oliver's birth. Sikes is on the run, but all of London is in an uproar, and he eventually hangs himself accidentally in falling off a roof while trying to escape from the mob surrounding him. Fagin is arrested and tried, and after a visit from Oliver is executed. Oliver, Mr. Brownlow, and the Maylies end up living in peace and comfort in a small village in the English countryside. And this is the end of the story.